Well, happy Simulator Sunday. 101 here in SoCal. 97 where I'm sitting right here. Actually, La Mirada would be a little bit cooler because it's a lot closer to the beach than I am. But it's flipping hot. The 4th of July weekend. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. I don't know how a lot of people are going to have, what, Monday at work, Tuesday off kind of thing? Or they're going to have 4-day weekend. I'm not sure. We're going to go and, well, we're going to move some trains around here, some cars. Because somebody's going to have sales. Some stores are. So, again, we're at La Mirada, and I was really sorting some cars here just before we went live. Let me turn my volume up here. The horn's a little loud, so not too bad from there. Only when I'm right next to it's really loud. So we're running the R-CAL0061. It's one of 4 locals that run out of La Mirada. We have 71, which is basically over here, but there's no cars here right now. And then we got 0081 and 011, you know, 3 ones. So 61, 71, 81, and then 3 ones. So the 3 ones are going to go, I believe, well, I don't know. What does the map say? If I bring up the map here, first of all, we have to look at, we're doing the KC Lead Industries here. So these industries, as well as, well, this is the 0061 that we're doing. So you see they got different map pages, like 4 or 11. Well, page 4 is going to be these guys that are, you know, over here a bit, just to the west. And then these guys are over to the east, like right towards Orange County. So kind of stuck in the middle. Stuck in the middle with you. But we're going to, let's do a little bit of sorting sort of kind of thing. These are all here in the yard. There's a bunch of 111 stuff here and 81. And so I basically put the 6 ones together and making sure right now I didn't miss anything. Looks like I got them all. Find out a little bit, but I got my switches set. I'm going back to the eastern yard here. We do have, we're running 2 SD45s right now. Santa Fe SD45s. All right, so let me get my engines in order here. I want to set this as the lead unit now. And this one is going to be MU in reverse. We're good there. Let's see, he's a trail headlight unit, or the short hood for the headlight. Now we're going to go backwards. Get rid of the map there. We're going to go on back of the train here. We're going to ride it. I think the brakes are off. I have bled. See, okay, so we're on this track. I bled the brakes a couple times, and oh my goodness, I did a few things like did a little track splits on the that was coming over here. I forgot to throw a switch. I went just a little past it, and then I started doing the splits across the switches. Because it's hot. That's another reason I did not, I wasn't live last week. So if you guys were looking for me last week, you noticed I wasn't here because it was too hot. There was other things going on. I was like, you know what? I don't really feel like it. I get grumpy in the summer. I do not like the heat. At 101 right now, 97 in my chair that I'm sitting at. And that's not too bad because it's going to get a lot hotter. Historically, last few years has been cooler and cooler, but as it gets really hot, I just don't feel like doing anything. I have no energy, not in a good mood. So we'll have to play through these and see how well they go. I do have an air conditioner that is blowing on me right now, so helping bring down the temperature a little bit. For you guys that didn't notice or didn't see, there's been a Derail Valley has rebranded and released the full version now, as they're calling it. It's called Derail Valley Simulator. There's a lot of people on YouTube that are doing videos on it. I had already started to do the process of a few months ago, getting things ready to record a series. And I was going to wait till it came out, and I might still, but the difference between what they're probably have done and what will be doing is that I already got the licenses. Basically, when I launched the game, it incorporated where I was and converted all that over to the new version, so I don't have to grind to get, all the licenses and money and all that stuff to be able to drive the train. So those may be coming to the channel soon. They may be coming to Simulator Sunday. I don't know, because I really quite enjoy doing this kind of work with the modern locomotives, modern as far as the late 90s, as what time frame this takes place in. This is what I really enjoy doing. So I do play a lot of well, it's more of a testing, if you will, of my Railroads Online. I have recorded and released one video in the series. I have tested and then recorded a few. Well, I haven't rendered anything out, but I have some of the recordings completed. I just have to go and edit them into the video that you guys end up seeing. So essentially, I'd have three episodes so far complete, or ready to complete on that series. So those will be coming soon as well. Super Mega Baseball, my Twitch stream that happens on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, that's coming to an end here. That is, we're entering the playoffs next Wednesday. We just completed the final game of the season. And so starting next Wednesday, we're in the playoffs towards the World Series. And we'll see how that goes. So about another 6 weeks, and then I'll have to probably either go back into LA Noir or Max Payne, or figure out something to continue with on Twitch on Wednesdays. I only stream one night there, as it is now. And let's see where we're at here. Go in the air. I'm pretty sure, yep, I can fit all this on the track. So I'm going to use these tracks here to sort. And I'm going to get rid of these, unless I see some 61s in here. I think these, there's two 6-1s in here, so I'll pick those out. And let's just go down the line and see if there's anything else here. Because for the 61s, they're essentially, half of it's going to the east and the other half's going to the west. With these red labels here, it's a little difficult to see. These are all 111s. So I have 2 61s here at the, basically it's going to be the head end. So let me throw some handbrakes on here so they don't roll. And then we're going to sort those after I clear up this track here. You notice I did not do a handbrake check because, I mean, we're in the yard. And if they start to roll, I can throw a handbrake on them real quick. A couple more, but not in the customer industry. It's probably not the right thing to do, but, you know, nobody's going to die. Come back over one track, take these two 61s off. And then I will pull the rest of them. just to where I just brought those ones from. We'll jump on the front of the cab here. A little dynamic brake here to slow down. I started going too quick. So these cars, some sets of them had air in them, and so I bled them all out. A lot of the air lines are still connected, so I'll need to be disconnecting those so I can kick them and sort them the way that I want. I'm not sure yet how my plan is going to go yet, because I'm going to be looking at the map. And, okay, which one? Okay. So the head end is away from me now. I want to make sure I was going the right way. Got handbrakes on these. Let's release those. We're just going to come push them back here. We'll do a kick and throw them into those. They are loaded, so hopefully there's, hopefully this boxcar is loaded with Best Buy stuff. They have insurance. Who knows what's in there? I did clean up, as the last couple streams I was working that LIJC yard where Taco Bell was. Yesterday I spent a good portion of the day finishing up delivering that yard out to the industries, and I was thinking I need to go back and collect all the cars and send them outbound. But I was like, you know what, for today, because I've done that yard the last couple of streams, it was time to give you guys something you haven't seen in a bit. Dakota came in and worked port-free, so very much. We spent 2 days cleaning out port-free. I don't know if it's completely done, but I think you did one of the locals out of 2. You may have done both. I have not taken a look yet, but for those, port-free is expecting. I have some inbound trains that are the new yardmaster for Barstow is asking if I'm ready to receive, and well, we weren't as active in our yards here in the last couple of weeks as we wanted to be. And people have been working the yards, but it's hit or miss. Not a lot of people have these subs, so hard to say what gets done. Oh yeah, Arco worked with me yesterday when we did the LHA Charlie yard as well. That was fun, doing the multiplayer side of it. I wasn't streaming, so you know I could, or recording. So I can have fun with it instead of having to try to do everything like this, you know, where you're having to talk a lot to people that you can't see. We're probably watching it later. All right, now we're going to, well, let's see, I said I was going to go around, didn't I? So I can shove them back. I think that's what I want to do. So let me throw some handbrakes back on. Run right down the main line here, because, you know, why not? Now I'll do a handbrake test, just because I should. Okay, here we go. Handbrake, reverse. It ain't moving. Notch 7 to push it. Okay, I'd say that handbrake test is good. All right, let me get off of this guy. I'm trying to get off the here. I didn't make it. Is it because I'm not on the ground? Probably. Fine, I'll fly there. that way, and then I'll throw the switch when I'm done here. But I will throw the switch here so I can push it from the other end and not have to worry about it. Where we just came from over here should already be lined up since we just left there. I think that's going to be long enough. If not, I can kind of tuck some cars around in there. So everything is lined up here for me. Get over here. Down on the ground so we can throw the switch. Coming in here. And once we get that cut out of here, we'll have room to flip-flop some cars around because, again, they're going 2 different directions. So it'd be nice to have them set up to go either one way or the other. Coming a little slow from pretty far away. I think I mentioned it. We are on the Mateo server. A link to join the Discord is down below. And from there, if you're interested in playing multiplayer with us, make sure you read the rules, you understand them, and then we're going to have a skills check. So it'll say new players. It'll tell you what to expect, which is real easy. I do have a video that's out that covers the basics of train handling, as well as the new one I just put out for intermediate train handling. If you need any assistance in figuring out how to get down the Cajon Pass without blowing your brakes out. Not set to a good trail. Go on the main line there. Oh, because I don't have my lights on. I turned them off when I had the parking up. Okay. We'll get these cars and let's push them out of here. Go in the cab here. Turn my gauge lights on yet. I'm not running any dispatch channels. I'm just on 0 right now. I'm not on the main yet. We will, however, when we go deliver these. Got to figure out what goes where first. We're on update 9, by the way. Had an update. Update 9. A much different installer for the update than has ever been. It's supposed to be way easier now going in the future. Get to the rear of the train here. So, yeah, so what you do is you download the updater in a zip file. And then you run it. And when you run it, it's supposed to... Hello, Mr. Young. I like the new installer. Is pretty cool. You put it into your Run 8 version 3 folder, basically where you run the game from. And when you run it in there, once you put it in there, then you run it. Opens like a DOS window or, command window, black window, and it starts looking at all your files. And it does change some of your mods, by the way. So if you have modded sounds, modded cars, games, and like my DS screen for San Bernardino here, it was, I made mine, took one that CJ made before, and I made my own. But Yeah, it's not the same as it was. So I just need to, they updated some signals. That's why they had to do that. But I'm going to go back through and put my stuff back on. Since I have the changes that I made, I believe I can just put the new overlay, or, you know, the DS screen underneath it, and then all my stuff will show up on top. Important to do with Photoshop. But yeah, anyways, after you manually install this update 9 and it gets updated and you join the servers or single player, the 27th of June is the update date. That would show at the top of the screen when you first launch Run 8. At that point going forward, anytime there's an update, it will tell you on your launch screen. When you pick the scenario that you want to run, then it says, oh, there's an update, and you can update it from there is what it says, but we have not seen that yet because we just got the update 9. We don't know what the new one is specifically going to look like yet. Yeah, it is pretty cool, the having just the one update now, and you can always run it from there, or when you launch the game, potentially run it from once you launch the game, and then it'll restart. Good times. I also need to get back on the depot at some point this month. Do a couple hours on there to stay current, stay active on there. It's a matter of time, and like I said, with the weather getting hot now, I don't know, sucks all my mojo out sometimes. We're going to look and see how much room we have on this track here. If the whole thing doesn't fit, I do have a couple lanes here that I can. The one to my left, I kind of got the 111s and the 81s split up a little bit. But I do have room on either side. I can also squish those 81s down towards the 111s if I need to. Right here, I'd be getting my back ripped off. Skin off my back. You know, you can't climb around. So we'll just pretend it is not real life after all. You see how much I got, like 3 or 4 cars distance between those two cuts right there. And I could have started a counter. I didn't even think about that till right now from the engine. So do one that goes up. How's that? And in the upper right hand corner now you see the distance counter counting up. Matter of fact, 1,400 feet of cars. I don't know what the sighting. I don't remember what the. I don't remember what it is. $1,300 or something. 1335 according to the map. I will need to peel 1 or 2 off. Well, actually, that counts the engines, though. So 1450 counts both power units that are on it. Oh, and I have room here, too. Hello! What's going on, NM? How you doing? HPT 2.5, so that's more than enough. You only need like 2 here in the sub, but for local, you wouldn't even need that. All right, let me get some dynamics on here. Start slowing her down because we're coming up to the end of our lane. Jump off this son of a gun. This daggum, as NM says all the time. Okay. Let me go back to the engine. See where we're at here. I mean, yeah. Yeah, fits like a glove. Put on a handbrake there. So we've gotten these out of the way now. And let me, going backwards here. So let me stand on the ground. Hold F11, click on the winder. And now I'm looking backwards, even though this is not the controlling unit right now. What do you mean I didn't derail? Oh, I derailed right before the stream, by the way. But I didn't derail, I split. Trucks on the front of the train went, or of the engine went one way, and the ones in the back went the other way because I didn't throw a switch. I didn't cross it all the way, and so when I came back, half the train, you know, one of those. So I had a split track situation, not a derail. In Railroads Online, man, I drive that thing around like corners and stuff, and I mean, they wobble a lot. I was waiting for the cars to fall off. They fixed the splines, though, so it's not as bad as it used to be. I do need to throw this switch up here, too, so I'm going to have to stop prior to that. Fix the switch so that I can come in and start scattering these cars around. I'm going to use all 4 lanes, I believe, or have them as options. Yeah, I should just say, I'm going to send you my map, and it's all done, unless you want to do it. I mean, it took me, probably took me 20 some hours to lay the track, and then another 10 hours to fix and kind of make it better in areas. I mentioned, I don't know if you saw the Railroads Online video I did, but I showed you just basically from the lumber mill up to the lumber mill. The lumber mill to the, wherever they cut the goddamn, I can't ever remember where they cut trees down. Logging camp. I don't know how I remember there. I can send you my map, and then you'll be all done if that's what you want to do. Grab these guys. Let's take a look and see what we got. So if we go here, I got PEF. And PEF is right here in the KC lead. So that one is going the way that I'm looking right now. Go to the very end of the train here, because I think we should sort from the back because we're already there. So KCC is going exactly the same way as well. You can see right here KCC, and let me move Firefox over here a little bit. So we have KCC. Another PEF, 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 a bunch of PEFs. So I think we can leave those right here. And we got a sub. Sub is not going where these are. Let's take a look here on this one. Looking for sub. I don't see sub here, sub there. Is it this one, Los Nidos? No, I don't think that's us. Don't see sub. Oh, there's sub. Going the same way. PEF sub. Then we got FUF. Going the same way. Future Foam. Then we got KBF. That's Knott's Berry Farm, so they make jelly and stuff. ACC, Kimberly-Clark, Knott's Berry Farm, PEF, FUF, ACC. It almost looks like we're ready to go on this thing. Yep. And so all this is going to that KC lead. KC Industries, so Fullerton A5. So basically we are, we're one page up. So this is Fullerton. If we go, we're right here. We're going to be coming out this guy and headed down the orange sub. Looks like we got to go off the second. We need to stay on main 2 and go here to the lead in order to get to the KC lead. So, let me get rid of Firefox. Let's look at our map here. I'm going to tab in to be closer to it. And going orange sub, olive sub. Back here. Orange sub. We need to go off, well, basically main 1. We need to go here. So I have it selected now. I'm going to go ahead and detach, and I'm going to go to the other end of this. Let's go deliver these guys. All right, enjoy your dinner. All right, and now I'm going to close the angle cock so that we can when we go to air it up, back one's closed. Probably because I'm going on the main line, so I'll put an EOT on it now. We'll open it since there's no air in it. Before I do this, let me switch the engines around. I want now this to be the lead. This is MU reverse. We're good there. Okay, so now we're going forward. What I didn't do was see short hood. Oh, no, this one's the lead. The other one is the short hood trail. If I did that, I gotta kind of get back on here. Okay, let's go get our shit. So as you see, so I didn't do a sort. I was just looking to make sure that all these cars are actually going the way and where I want them to go. They are unsorted, but they're all the same industry. I'm good with that. Once we get down there, then as we're driving down, so if we look, once we come into the KC lead, I'm going to have to kind of do a work around there to get the engine on the other side, because all these are going to, except for these Kimberly-Clarks, these are going to be pushing this way, future foam as well. Everything else is the opposite way. So we'll do that when we're down there, because it looks like we got a small little yard there that we can use right here in the middle. You hear my bells malfunctioning a little bit. Whoever put that one on the enhancement Discord, thank you so much, because I like when stuff doesn't sound right or work correctly. Well, the horn's good. What? My ears are ringing. So we're going to go up here, connect. We're going to air up, do a brake test, and then we're going to get out of here. Is now. There goes Fist. All that Earl going out to New York City right there. How they make salsa. New York City? I stopped a little too shy there. Alright, let's connect our airline. Go in neutral here. I got the independent brake on. That's open, so let me go partial on this guy. Then watch our flow rate here. So I'm in neutral. I'm going to go ahead and give her a little gas. Trying to get home to New York. What's up, Bobby? Shouldn't take too long because it's not very long. We're dealing with 1,772 feet. Too bad it wasn't 1,776. That would be more appropriate. Need 4 more feet. Yeah, we got 3495 tons. All these are full. You definitely want air. HPT is 2.1. Minimum on the sub is 2.0. But where we're going, even less than that would be okay. Get back. My flow is still maxed out, 150. Take a look at the airlines. All right, we got air headed back. Keep an eye on that. Let's go in the locomotive. Release the parking brake. And turn off my rear light of the 2 engines here. All right, so I got train link back to the EOT. There's no air pressure listed on it though. There's no air in it yet. Air's coming back. Check all our lines are connected. No, there's why. Our lines are not connected. How many are we missing? Just one? That's not bad. Check it here. Those are open. Flow's still at 150, so we'll just run up and down and look at the train. It's not that long. Make sure our air lines are connected. Again, if we look at the air brakes here, the air going through, it's coming up. We have an open, have one open up here. There's why we probably have PCS now on the engine. Back to where we were. I mean, I still hear the engine ramping up. We're not in gear, so that's probably why I didn't get a PCS. Looking good, looking good. Now the flow's coming down, 112. That's your first indication when the flow stays up high that you're, well, you have a open hole somewhere and air blowing out of it. Kind of like my brain when it gets hot. Why is this open? Be not open. Okay, that's good. Yeah, R-CAL, there's different styles of switches too. These are the older ones. When you turn them, you'll have the flag against you like that. Yeah, these are the older style, like from the 60s and 70s. Versus the newer ones you were doing the other day. Flow rate, flow is at 101. You need to wait till the CFM here and put it where it's blue. CFM where it says 101 right now. Yeah, the bow handles are better for sure. When this comes below 80, then we'll go ahead and turn angle cock on full here. Right now it's partial. We'll make sure that the engine is ready to go in all respects. It is. We'll take a peek right here. Or a drink rather. Took a drink. Now CFM's down to 98. Once we got brakes, we have pressure in the lines, then we'll do a brake test before we hit the road. When I first enter out into the main, but when Fisk drove by, I keep dropping the R. Frisk drove by. He drove by on this track here, and that track is where it passes us here. It is main 1. So we're going to be going on to main 2, which the way that Otto's been routing things, that would be trains coming towards us. We might get stuck waiting. We'll have to look at the, I don't see anybody coming right now. But we don't want to throw that switch till we're ready to go until we've checked there's nobody coming and we're ready to go. Because then we don't want to stop any sort of traffic. Even though there's no traffic, just a habit. Do the right thing when nobody's kind of looking. Our flow's down below 90, so I'm going to go ahead and prepare to angle cock. My understanding is you can open under 90 or at 90, but I like to wait till it gets 80 because then I don't have any problems. So it's 79, so now it's open all the way. We see the flow go up and come back down. So I am pumping air back there right now. You can see 80s on the rear. We want this to come up to 90 on the back end before we do a brake test. Otherwise, we're going to put 80. We're going to do a 10-pound reduction, which is weird. You're like, well, what? How does that make sense? We're adding air to the cars. Well, what we're doing is the air actually lifts the brake shoes off the brakes. And so it's 80 pounds. At 80 pounds, that is where the brakes are sitting on the shoes. So in order to lift them off, we need less than 80. But you can't remove air a little bit. You can only say release the brakes, which means the brake pipe then has to, it's 90 pounds and it lifts it off. So it's either 90, and then if you do a reduction, it means you're reducing the brake pressure in the brake pipe down to 80 so that the brakes, because the air is pushing on the brakes, right? So if it's 90, or the air is pushing up on the brakes. So if you have 90 pounds, the brakes are off. You have 80 pounds, the brakes are just touching. If you let off more air, you bleed more air out of the line there, then the brakes can be at 75 if you're a 15-pound reduction. So then you're actually, there's like springs that pull the brakes down and the air pushes them up, kind of thing. So probably butchered on that explanation, but basically a 10-pound reduction means we're at 80 pounds through the train eventually, and that the brake shoes, the caliper, the brake shoes that touch the brakes are on the brakes. With basically 10 pounds of air. You go 15 pounds, you'd have 75 in the brake pipe. So if you're trying to stop me from getting where I'm going, then that's not going to work, because there's no reason for that. Because I'll just end the stream, because I can't sit here and wait all day for somebody to play around. All right. How'd a car roll off? Weird. All right, so I got 14 on the flow now. Got 90 pounds on the rear now. You can see that right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do a 10-pound reduction. As close as I can get to it. So I'm at 90 now. There's 80 on the dot. See it right here. The reservoir. I don't know if auto's going to route me onto main 1. It doesn't make sense, because then I got to go back to main 2 to get off there anyways. But we got, so we have 80 pounds on the rear already. This is the end of train. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. Thank you so much, Quincy. How you doing, Mr. White? So now that I have EOT is telling me that I've got 79 pounds on the rear. So I'm going to go ahead and release it, wait for it to come up back to 90. Which is going quick because the train's not very long. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in gear. I'm going to go bright on my headlights here. So I'm going to be entering the main. I can see they're on, but they're not very bright. At 87, again, I'm going to be, I can actually move, but I like to come up a little bit more. But we're going to pull forward here. Drag those brakes just a hair. Oh, did I ever, yeah, I did. Yep. Right now you hear the back squeak, but the flow's at 9, so we're okay. You hear any air, but it's like the engine making all that noise. I'm gonna ask Otto where I'm going. He's probably gonna route me M2 though. I'm gonna get up here a little bit close. I gotta check, make sure that nobody's coming. So Frisk here is cleared out through Atwood Junction out to Esperanza. We're coming up Main 2 from La Mirada here, about this block. And we've already got our block for Main 1 and the orange sub listed. Out here, let's go open the switch. Like sprinklers. Yeah, okay. Yeah, like I said, you're not in the way. I didn't know where you were at. Wasn't looking. A little bit of something you want to try if you still have what set up. The one that I have now. All right, so I've got the mainline switch thrown. Go ahead and I'll auto. I probably wouldn't normally open that until I talk to him, but since it's automated, he sometimes he has problems routing me out of here. Like right now, he's telling me to call him at the next control point. So that's fine. We'll go up to the signal up here and then we'll call him. Vent your rear DPUs off and use those for dynamic. Oh, you want to just try using the DPUs as dynamics? You know what? The only thing I'm not sure of, I guess on the rail driver, if I have it fenced, I just go with the button, you know, the button that I go to power up with on the DPU. I guess I just keep going down because it'll be 0, and then I just push down, I think, to once it's fenced to dynamic brake. I'll give that a try. Try that again. I didn't save that scenario or anything. I'll just spawn a train there and try it again, you know. Well, I don't use keyboard commands. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do F12 if I don't hook up the rail driver first. All right, so I'm gonna stay on the ground. Let's watch this come out here. I gotta fill this switch once we leave. This is very important, you guys who are coming in here and running trains. Mainline switch needs to be set back to mainline after we leave. Otherwise, all the AI traffic and other traffic will stop. Well, it's not a bit intimidating if I chose to do the rail driver and spent money on that instead of learning the keyboard commands. So now that I have that, you know, it's just, I can use that time spent elsewhere doing other things instead of learning keyboard commands. I do sometimes go up here and, you know, click on the controls and look something up for somebody else, but the rail driver does everything I can. If it's, I think I can do it with the buttons, like I said. Like you said, fence it and then just try using dynamics. And what do you want to just see if it works correctly or if it's hard to get it let me I'm typing something here. Okay. Oh, okay. So we're using the DPUs to basically keep your train so it's, you know, so it doesn't slack, so it stays 10. Yeah, a little bit of just a little bit of tension on it. That bunch trains downhill, derail, right? Get in the engine here. Yeah, I got a light now. Is that for me? No. Oh, that's an intermediate. Okay. Here comes the back train, anyways. Well, how do you think I did though in that? You think I did all right coming down the hill? Because it felt pretty damn good. I kept it slow, and I didn't really plan it out any of the things I was talking about, so I was all over the place trying to explain it. But yeah, coming down the hill, it was, you know, just trying to maintain my philosophy of keeping it, you know, at 0 and around 15 miles an hour. Coming from a hogger. What, like in Jeeps or something? Jeep 38s, or talking about not road power? You're talking about like the SD40s and Jeep 38s? All right, let me throw this switch. Get in the train, the engine. Yeah, the Jeeps were used. Whatever you can get, yeah. Kind of how it was in the Navy. Whatever we can get or steal or borrow. All right, so I'm on the main, so I'm gonna hit the juice here. I have an approach right there anyways. The intermediate signal you can see by the number plates on there. The next one I'm supposed to stop at, I'll contact dispatch a little bit after I pass the signal here. You know, I didn't make it up, so I and I went to Las Vegas a few times as a kid in the 80s. I went to high school on this side of the Pacific side of the Cajon Pass, but we played Hesperia or Victorville in like the championship. So we went over the hill to there. It was like, holy shit, how far? These people are far away from us. And that's like the first time I really remember going over the Cajon Pass, seeing the trains, you know, alongside the freeway a little bit. Our signal's way up there. I don't know if you guys can see it. About a mile and a half, 2 miles. Yeah, that's it. So that's I grew up in Anaheim, so that was the that's the train Class A railroad that I'm used to seeing, you know, before UP, SP obviously. And then Santa Fe out through Orange. Well, Santa Fe, I think, I don't remember, because Anaheim. So whatever came through. Remember seeing the you know, the black colored trains. So that was, and I guess in Santa Fe. I lived up against Interstate 5, and we had tracks on the other side. Let's see. Let's call dispatch here. All right, so we want that specific destination of this orange sub here. Let's see what he does for us. He gave us an A-OK, which is good. Needed signal indication for ATSF Fit642. All right, so we got greens. Let's take a look here. And he's routing us in basically past the main, the first signal to the second. And there he'll get us over the orange sub, it looks like. So that's good news. Our track speed would technically be 50 here, I believe. I didn't see any speed, but let's look. Track speed's 50 here. I don't know that we want to do 50 in this old guy. 45's here, which has more power than the 40s, but might struggle to slow down and stop. We'll look at the map on the other screen. I'll bring you guys with me. So we're basically, we've already passed the Fullerton Depot. I think I was talking or typing in Discord, so I did not honk. But oh no, that was the Buena Park guy. So we're coming down Main 2 here, and we're gonna go down Main 2, and we should get cut right down there. So we have 50 and a 40 reduction at the depot, the Fullerton Depot area. And the crossover is 45, and crossover is at 50 miles an hour. But this is the mile marker cut over. Well, not too far, a couple miles, maybe 10 miles. Now, what I do there, instead of pushing the button, I just bleed the brakes out of the engine. Because you have to make, so your alerter goes off if you don't make any sort of change to the engine, whether it's bell, horn, a change of your throttle, your notches. You touch nothing, you get the alerter. You touch nothing still, and the alerter's going off, then you emergency brake. Like because you fell asleep or had a heart attack or something. When Mr. White was running these things, you probably had that damn thing you had to keep your foot on, and they would put like a toolbox on top of it. You didn't have to keep your foot down on the spring. That is why duct tape's the gold standard, huh? Take a look here as we are inside of a building. Just tooling along, nice little local. I do like having a little bit more power with these 45s though. They do make life a little bit easier. Where you can turn the beacons off, they haven't got that far in the programming yet where you can turn them on and off, because we're not remote controlling it. That's what that beacon would be for, to indicate this locomotive is being remote controlled. There's our clear signal right there ahead of us. Tape the alerter down. You never hear it again. All right, so on the map, as I approach past Bear Table, looks like we're going to the main three spawns off of this one. So this looks like Barstow control point. So we're at 163.0, headed to about 165.5. So 2.5 miles. Yeah, on the tunnel motors. What's the significance of the tunnel motors? I understand it had to do with the exhaust so they can use them in the tunnels. What was the point of the tunnel motors, or why are they called tunnel motors? I have not researched that one. Vixovitter, I believe is how you say your name. How you doing? Stop. Yeah, so it was, okay, so it had to do with was it so they could, was it 4 tunnels, or they call it tunnel motors because the exhaust was routed through like that tunnel through the big exhaust vent? So it was tunnels, right? That's what I read, but I didn't do a whole lot of like research on it. So they didn't want to kill people in the tunnels themselves, right? Well, no worries. Glad to have you here. Hope you enjoy. I do tend to talk a little fast. I try to be clear, but listening to another language, it is difficult sometimes. Oh, okay, so it had to do with so tunnel motors, if they're putting out too much exhaust, they can choke out the diesel engine. That makes sense. So it wasn't because the engineers and the conductors that they're trying to not harm. It was their own engines that they didn't want shutting down. They're like, you guys just take shorter breaths, but we got to keep the engines going so we can get through those tunnels and not slow down the loads. Yeah, that guy's in the back just guy's in the very back trying to get through the day. It's pretty crazy to think too that you used to have to you used to have to use helpers, to get the cars around up the grades and through all these things, and now they just have DPUs, so you don't need as like with everything else, you don't need as many people to do the same job. Oh yeah, I'm familiar with People from Brazil and speaking Portuguese. It's similar but different. I had a buddy that I worked with in the early 2000s. So he would describe himself as an Italian guy. He was Italian. His parents were from Italy. They moved to Brazil. So he was an Italian guy, spoke Portuguese, and then he went to university in Hawaii. What's up, Resemble? Running a train, a local here. I'm going to go deliver some stuff. They have the craziest setups and take at least 3 engineers and conductors. Yeah. I heard about the old days that I wasn't too interested in trains back then. I used to always watch them drive by, you know, but I didn't. I played the Microsoft Train Simulator when it first came out, you know, for years, but you had to buy all that extra stuff, and I was poor, and, you know, military didn't pay a lot, so you couldn't spend money on all this stuff. But, you know, I got in, and the Train Sim World made things easy. Then once you get onto this, and once you learn how this works, you're like, why the hell would I ever go play Train Sim World again? It's on sale right now, by the way. Train Sim World 3 is on sale with a bunch of add-ons at Humble Bundle. It's $14 American. So if you're not up to this level of running trains, then Train Sim World is pretty okay. It's just that once you get to this level where it's like a sandbox, it's no longer an arcade game style. So that's why I'm not a fan of Train Sim World anymore, because I don't like being told what you have to do and how far you have to go in order to change a switch and all that. The Train Sim World, it still has its place, and it's $14 for a lot of the. There's quite a few DLCs that come with it. Carmelo, what's going on? You like when the DPUs are pushing on you, pushing on the back of you, giving you a little nudge. Keep you all squished. Yeah, it seems that you got that. Oh, by the way, so I basically reinstalled these engines. You see I have the blue windshield wipers here? I don't know where that texture is missing from, because I basically reinstalled it and it's still missing. So I don't know if it's something to do with the model, but if anybody knows how to replace the texture for the windshield wipers, even though I've already reinstalled it, then let me know. You know, in the comments, or if you're in here and know how to do that. There are a few quirks, but overall, yeah, this is, I mean, especially when you start working with other people, then it just becomes insanity, because it's so much fun. As I mentioned before, I like playing with other people. However, when I'm streaming, it's not as easy, because I have to talk to them instead of you guys. So when I'm not streaming this, I get the most enjoyment out of this sim when I'm playing literally with other people over in this seat, and we're working together, throwing switches and planning and talking about it. That, for me, running local work, yard work with other people, that's what sets us apart from anything else ever. I believe we're in Fullerton here. Now, I could have been going a lot faster, but, you know, we'll get there. Fullerton Station. I lived not too far from this area when I was growing up. It's been holding its own for a long time, right? It's just getting better. All right, let me look at the map here, see where we're at, what we can expect. So 165.3, 165, so I mean, we're coming up pretty soon. We should be taking the next right here, coming off the next right. Yeah, they set the bar high. Yeah, John's a great guy, man. I've had a few issues, and I've reported a few problems to him, and so weird to have the developer respond so quickly and with so much information telling you why this is happening, and you know, he's looking into it and asking for feedback. All right, so here we should, looks like we are aligned. Our switch is good to the right. And we're going to get ready to do a full stop here and throw any other switches that we need to do. If there is, I think there is. I haven't done this local in a long time. I think that would be great to have the Yuma sub go down through Palm Desert and then Indio, Blythe, out to Yuma. Yeah. Well, they also haven't fixed that part in Riverside either. The one that right now there's no track there. It goes like behind RCC, Riverside Community College, and it goes down like through the back of Riverside Airport, Flabob, and meets up at, there's auto rack stuff down there on the UP side I'm talking about. All right, we're going to jump out. We're going to go peek ahead here. I do have a, is this, no, this is the switch I'm coming up on. Fly through the air. So we're going right here. Going to go ahead and, I mean, it doesn't matter. We don't need to go in there. This is the switch we need to pass. See how much room I got. Okay. We're going to tie up the main here, but Auto's going to probably cancel us in a minute. But we're off the main as far as we're concerned, with the main that goes out towards Barstow and Riverside. We're off of that now, and then this is where we're coming in. So once get past that switch, we're on our own. Maybe I could, for the, I don't know if I'm, how long this is though. I need to look. $1,400, so it's we're at $1,700 with the engines. So I think car too long is okay. We'll pull in there and then see what we got. And we can just pick some cars at a time if we want to. I do have a counter going now. I just started up here in the upper right hand corner. Oh no, yeah, that's where I'm backing in. I'm going down here. I'm just pulling in the siding here. I do have a... I'm going to go look at it, but I'm just... it's a little bit of a puzzle because I've got to shove some cars in and I've got to have the engines on the other side for 2 other industries. Again, if we look at the industry list here, CS is good, PMP is good, PEF's good, KBF's good, and the sub is good. I'll have to be on the other side. I have this runaround here I could work on for FUF, or I can simply work with them here in this yard and then put the engine on this side to push Kimberly Clark and Future Foam in and get out of there. So it doesn't take too long. Thought I had that on, but I had it off. I'm going to pull the rear of the train past this switch. I'm just going to shove back in. Why he hid cows anywhere? I don't know. He's, you know, when you read what El Programo does, he's funny. What's going on, Sonny? I already did barbecue. I did carne asada today. It's all gone now, though. To get up here. Yeah, I'm coming up to the edge. I've got to set my switch here to come back out. Just in case I can't fit all the way, but I should be good. Come back and set that. Yeah, ALine. Well, it's going to be close. Oh, you're talking about the cow comment? Cows there so you don't slam into the buffer, maybe. They're going like, oh, you know, there's a buffer, they'll slam into it, but as soon as you put a cow there, like, wait a minute, I don't want to hit the cow. I was reading Discord and let too much of my power come off. Well, they have that like right above. There's an overpass over TI, City of Industries, or City of Industry, the yard there. There's a overpass there. And on the overpass, there's a truck that hit a cow, and it's all like a wreck and pretty funny. Cops are there. So these are sort of short. What are these? Been here for a while. Never got picked up. All right, so we're going to shove back in the yard here, and then we're going to do a little bit of a thing. Gotta stand on the ground on server. Okay, so that's good. Because remember, my cars are not sorted right now, if you were here in the beginning. They are sorted just to come for the industry, but they are not sorted beyond that. So I know there's a bunch of PEFs in here. That's why I generally look at the map. Back to the train. And we did. We had enough room. Well, to clear a switch anyways. I don't know if this whole thing would probably fit in the siding. There's Otto paying attention to what I threw it in reverse, and he's like, wait a minute. Go to the back here. Coming off the main line, I'm going to go ahead and close this and remove the EOT so when I start pulling air lines, I don't PCS. Get you right here. All right, so this is PEF here. We study my map while I'm coming back. PEF's right where we're going. You have cars there already. PEF and then KBF is behind me. You're saying that they're milking that story? Cow story with the bridge? Okay, now we're tucking into the industry here. MCS was the first one, but I don't know if we have MCS here. Didn't remember seeing any MCS. Nope. Yeah, so this one isn't going to be an issue. Thanks, Frisk, for stopping by. Have a good night. Have a good shift. Don't derail. Well, yeah, the Asada was, Carne Asada was pretty good. I got PMP. So I got to pull some cars out of here too. I don't have to. EEP. How many do I have of those? Mostly F. I don't have any P. EEF. Not PMP. PMP. I don't see any PMPs. We're clear. So that one, we'll pull that later or after. If I can put the PEFs on this track here, then I can actually use this one to put some outbounds. Not a lot here, but we are going to need to get these out of the way. So we'll break up what we have here in this little yard. And it's nothing in KCC. Gonna put them on the ground just for me? You don't need to do that. Don't need to get piss tested in the next couple days. Doesn't bring me pleasure. I mean, it's NS. They'll do it to you anyways, whether you want it to or not, right? Long, slow grind. So, I mean, we basically, when I started at 4 my time, it's now 5:30, an hour and a half. In La Mirada, I moved a set of cars to another track, pulled a set of cars that was next to me and pushed them to the where these came from, and then moved over like 2 and switched sides and then drove here in an hour and a half. So when you look at, again, and I say this all the time, when you look at the expense of this sim and the add-ons, like, oh, that's a lot of money. Yes. But if you look at it for how many hours you play it, or you would play it, with how much time you get out of it, then the amount of hours per dollar are phenomenal. I mean, how many games, console games, they're like 13-hour games, and that's it. You spend $50 for one DLC here, or it's actually $10 more than a DLC. $50 for a game that's done in 8 to 13 hours. I've played 8 hours this weekend on this so far. I've been playing this since it was released March last year, February or March. That was March. I was looking at version 2, but I kept reading that they were working on version 3 with no other information. And I was like, I'll just wait for version 3 to come out because I don't want to buy it. Usually my luck, I'll buy something and then the latest version comes out right after, the newer version comes out right after that. So I waited, and the day that, it was within a day or two that this was released, I purchased it. And I don't have all the locomotive engine packs. And I think I'm missing like a caboose pack or something. I don't know. But I have just about everything else except all the locomotives. Because, I mean, I don't need all the locomotives. I got this stupid little heart down in the trying to read your stuff here, but then I got a little heart in the way. Guess I can move it like that. Explain to a friend there's no way you can run a 24-hour clock in this sim. I don't even know that you can run, 15 hours. A long time. That's why I do it. I normally like to do 45-minute to an hour stream, a live stream. Because that's, it's hard to keep, it's hard to talk for a long time, even though I'm pretty good at talking to myself anyways. But, you got to keep thinking of things to talk about and everything. Otherwise, it's just quiet. Nobody wants to watch that. So I like to do shorter streams, but this one you can't do anything in an hour. You basically warm up your engines and get the air going, and that takes an hour. And I got like 30 minutes to try to get all these things out, but I probably won't, but that's okay too. Yeah, some people stream like 3, 4, 5 hours. I just can't do it. I mean, Arco only needs a 2-hour nap, so that's why I go for 2 hours. I just get one every day. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to, what I would like to do is use these 2 tracks. Use this one as a runaround to kind of pull some cars and sort them a bit. I can get these PEFs off first. might help because I think I got a whole bunch over here. Yeah, a lot of them is there. There's a sub. Sub's on the very end, though. So yeah, I know there's one on the end, but I'm going to stop it and then start peeling cars off and getting them where they got to go. Starter slow down here. Maybe just a little bit more. Notch 2. I really want to try to stay on this side of this switch here. In order to do that, we may throw a handbrake here in a second. About a half a car shy of it. Where we're at on this side. Yeah, we'll pull it here. Pull these tankers off that way. Not too hard. All right, so I'll throw a handbrake on this one and this one. I'm going to come back a little bit to release the pressure off the coupler. You see it stops right away, so that's a handbrake test and a decouple all in one. So we're going to go next one down here. I'll throw the other switch here in a second. And I know I have PEFs are going to go on this one next to the ones that are going to come out. But we're got FUF first. Those are backwards. FUF's going off of those, but I probably have to pull stuff out of there where they're at. Now I'm walking all the way down towards the engines because I want to isolate the air on them now and just go ahead and bleed these suckers. Oh! Clicked the wrong one. Yep. BCS open. All right, now we gotta wait. Should hit F7, but we'll wait a minute. I clicked the wrong button. I meant to close the angle cock, and instead I disconnected the airline with it was connected to the engine, so we PCS'd. Now we got to do our minute. What we get, we paid more, you know, been a little bit better with our mouse clicking on a computer. Because in real life, this is not, that wouldn't have happened because it's two different places. I'm sure it could, but you got to reach further. Plus, who wants a disconnected airline with the air pressure coming through? It didn't sound very pleasurable. So once the so if you ever get in PCS, by the way, you have to go into neutral. The road engines tell you with the computers. These ones, he would have been pissed, yeah. These ones don't tell you. So what you got to do is you got to go into neutral. You got to obviously take your notch out, so you're just no notch. Go in idle. You're in neutral, and then you do emergency brake for about 60 seconds till that PCS light starts flashing, and then you can release the train brakes. I do have my locomotive or my independent brakes enabled. See them right there. Now I'll go back and do what I meant to do. Step on the ground here. Okay, so it is closed. This one is open. Basically, I want to bleed these. What I'll do is I'll come back though and bleed these on the way out. I know I can hit Control F7 to bleed them all, but you know, it's fun in that. Because right now I'm pushing against brakes. You can hear the wheels sticking. And this is usually because I kick them. It is going uphill a little bit, so we'll see how this works for us. It didn't get very fast. I think it was only 6 miles an hour, but that's enough there. Shit, I didn't throw that one already. Uh-oh. What's going on? I fucked that one up. No, I didn't. It's good. I was thinking this switch was where I needed to go, but it was actually this one here, so I'm good on that, but that may stall on me. I got FUF there, sub, I got some PEFs behind it, so probably drive those in. I just want to, I'm going to have to drive this in. It looks like I already uncoupled it, but I'm going to have to push it back because I think it's going to be blocking. I'm going to release here in a second. We'll just follow it. Like I said, it's going uphill. So we'll just, we'll push it back here a little bit. You can actually, shove now that we got these attached. And let's see. I got 1, 4, about 4 PEF, so I can shove these back a little bit too. Throw a handbrake on those, let them come to a nice stop down there somewhere. And okay, we're good. I just got to throw this switch. Remember, I bled all the cars out, so I don't have any air in the cars right now. So I'm doing everything independent or dynamics, and I have not done any dynamics yet. Some PEFs here. There's a lot of them here, and then the train's got nothing on it, so. And we have more tracks to fudge with. Okay, and then that has no... Let's come back here. We don't need to pick these guys. They're full, so... Why not? And we'll leave this switch set so that we can throw some more on there. KCC, so this one is right behind us. Oh, that one's backwards, so that one we're going to have to. So that's what I was going to do. I was going to basically use these tracks to separate which ones have to go the other way. So KCC is going to be going the other way. We have a number of those. So let's see. So the only ones that are backwards are KCC and FUP, and there's a lot of those. So there's some KCCs here. I'm thinking, almost made it past that switch. Grab this whole cut again. Do a quick sort here. KBF is the siding behind, so it's Knott's Berry Farm, KBF, KCC, KBF. Grab these guys with them. FUF. Those are the ones that are backwards. So we're taking these. ACC and FUF. Oh, yeah, pretty much most of this cut. We'll leave the one PEF on the very back for now. I released the coupler here. It's got some pressure on it. Oh, I got handbrakes on. I got to release. Take them off here, though. Not getting any speed. All right. Well, look why. Parking brake, or the handbrakes are on those. Weird. Ground here. That coupler is loose. What I want here is not. There's that one. This one is. So let's take this PEF here. A copy of my train before anything happens. All right, you know what? My brakes, that's why it's not moving anywhere. I haven't bled all these. My guy started walking for no reason. So even though you bleed them, sometimes they don't bleed. Up here by the engine. That one's not bled. Bleed. Bleed. That one's bled. Bleed it. Okay. So back to our quick sort here. Again, we're going to the ones that we got to go from the other angle on this track. Maybe it was this one. I know PF's going back there, so we'll set our switches here for us. And that one I'm going to be able to kick. I got KCC coming up after it. KCC is a reversed one. Oh, I didn't see the sub here. Dang it. Oh, where's the back? So since I have cars back there to stop it, and it's not going very fast, I'm not too worried about it. We'll, I don't know if that's going to make it. So KCC and FUF are going the same way. That one's already starting to stop. I want to get that, the other one called the sub. I need to get that sub propane out of there. Little bang in there, hit a little harder. We're at 8, that's good. PF 1, 2, 3. 3. So we'll get these here, just past the switch, and then we'll come back to the PEFs that are right there, and we'll drive those home. Take a look what we got here. And we're almost done. Almost done with sorting, if you will. This siding has a buffer at the end, so don't want to hit it, but got plenty of room. Like I said, I have to get this guy's sub. I got to get it out of there. In a different plan now. Okay, come on back. Connect these all the way up. They're airing them. Push them back a ways here. That should be good. As long as I can get I think I got only one more. Couple handbrakes on. Just a little too slow on that. I almost had it. All right, so we got another KCC there. So these are intermixed. KBF, it's like KFB. Oh, those are FURs. Go ahead, pick these. Berry Farm, Knott's Berry Farm, Knott's Berry Farm, and PF at the very end. I mean, we can like do that, the very last one. Get it from the other end after we yank some of these other guys out. Leave the brakes again. It feels like something they're on a bit. So I'm going to leave that one attached. These two are going to go with either these two, or I can actually pull these now and put them over here. I think I'll come back and grab. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to separate these guys right now. Now that we have the room. We'll get these two off because, I mean, these are FUF, so we're going to have a bunch of these. I don't know how much room's over in where the pickups are. The KCC. Also KCC. Where's the other ones? Down here? Okay, right here. FUF. And we can like literally make one cut, but we're going to sort them a little bit better than they are now. I think we'll put all the outbound stuff on this track now where these are. Push this back just a little bit more. Those are all bled. The handbrake on this guy. We're going to come pick up these now. Going to cycle through these though. Right. KBF, KBF, KBF. The only thing I need are tankers from here. I already had dynamics on. Okay, so the rest of these tankers are coming off, and then we have a couple of those KCKs are going where that, or KCCs were going where that boxcar is. Put these here so that we can put these tankers on this track temporarily. We can peel off the different ones that are here. I'm trying to fly, but it won't let me. All right, now. Yep, I have a handbrake on there, but not one on here. Good. And yeah, so we're putting tankers here for now. You don't need the whole track because we're gonna come back to it. So we just need to get at those. So again, this is why I like doing this kind of work, because it's puzzle, figuring out the puzzle. This piece goes there, that piece goes there. How you move stuff around with no room. Just like chess, for sure. But I think it's bad in trains if you get a checkmate, isn't it? Or is checkmate when you get to go home? Like checkmate, okay, I'm out of here. I got my work done. We're going to dump the tankers off on this lane here. And we do have one on there that doesn't go with these guys. That sub one, that guy goes at the very end of the industry here. There's already a car there, though. I could put it there, but I think I need that room to push these guys back where they go. So look at that shortly. Probably would have been better. Well, no. I was going to say have this sub on that one, but I would still have to move it, so. Put it with the Knott's Berry Farm cars. Because again, we're going to end up using this lane here for those, but for now, I want to get these tankers off. Oh, I almost made it. I mean, it's close, but I need a little bit more room. All right, that should work there. Handbrake on here. 81 tons. 81,000 tons. We're going to leave this here for now. There's no other tankers. We will take care of that once we move them over, slide them over. So this is Knott's Berry Farm going on this track. Again, not necessarily worried about sending it all the way down there right now. Would I have two? No, one. So these are intermixed. So I got that one. I got to go back and forth a couple times. All right. ABF onto this track. Clear the switch. Like there's still air in one of them. Ah, coupler. If it's yellow, that means it's got pressure on it. Can't release it until it's white. KCC is going down there now. Again, I'm not worried about kicking it because I'm going to put these oil cars up against them. Can't do that in Train Sim World, by the way. Just go right by the switch and throw it as soon as the wheel's past it. Doesn't work like that. Alright, so we got KBF going here. And give myself enough room here, so I have to push these back a little bit, otherwise I'm going to block my switch. I did give myself room. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. As soon as this passes the switch, we'll get the oil tankers and move them out of the way. hub we'll probably put back here, and then grab the Knott's Berry Farm ones and clear up that one track so we can get all our picks done as well. And this is just one loco for La Mirada, by the way, and there's 3 others. One of them's not even here. Go flying through the air. Oh yeah, we got lots of room there. When we get ready to deliver these guys, we can just cut those off and then push them back into these. Not really a big deal. And then we can grab the tankers, go all the way down there, and then push back. I don't know if it's going to make it all the way back there. I don't think so. Good to me. Brake on. And get it. That one is heavy, so we'll put all those on there. Okay. Too much force on the coupler. Good. Because I want this to come out first. All we got to do is get the rest of these. I want to watch my step. Knott's Berry Farm is going here. some picks. DF is obviously going over there before we put the knots where the tanker is. We can kick it though. Gotta take the brakes off and hit the horn again. All right, so I think, yeah, so we gotta bleed these guys. Here we go. We're doing 16. Seems a little excessive. Right at the line of yard speed, though. Probably 10 in here, I'd say. This guy here. And then we're doing a little bit of sorting here at the industry. So, gathered them up in La Mirada, brought them here on the main. Then we, a little bit of flat switching here at the industry. We do still have to pull the outbounds out, the picks, and then deliver these, but that's going to be it here for Simulator Sunday. Get it parked here first. Once we get this thing parked, and we'll get out of here with tire down and leave it up to a recrew. I want to wish everybody, all you Americans, happy America. Happy Independence Day coming up. Don't blow your face off with fireworks. I actually don't like fireworks. I grew up 4 miles from Disneyland, so 17 years of my life saw fireworks every day. Not that thrilling to me, plus being in Afghanistan, you know, reminds me of different sounds, so not too popular, don't go crazy or anything. I just, you like them, great. Not a fan, but be safe. Don't drink and drive, obviously. Have some good barbecues. Have a good couple days off. And I hope to see you guys back here next Simulator Sunday. Probably be doing more Run 8. Who knows? Thank you so much. Oh, you're north of Edmonton. All right, yeah. So Arco here, he's from Canadian as well, Canada. Got a couple people from Canada here, so our best friends to the north. thanks so much for joining us here. And everybody else who enjoys kicking the British out of the U.S. back in 1776. You guys have a great week. I'll be back on Wednesday on Twitch for some Super Mega Baseball playoffs time with the Beer Keggers before coming back here next Sunday to do some more Sim Sundays. So we'll see you guys soon, and thanks so much. Talk to you guys later.